That baby became the focus of his grandfather's anger, the reason for their poverty, the justification for every drink, the root of every rage. That baby became the frightened, angry boy who lost his grandmother to a disease he couldn't see. The boy who was then shunted from one foster home to another, one school to another. That was the person on the overpass, not the person who had sat with her, taken her for walks, taught her how to play poker, reminded her it shouldn't hurt to laugh again. There had been times during the rest of her rehab when she'd considered calling him herself. There'd even been times after she'd returned home that she'd picked up the telephone book and turned to the ends to find the North Hills number. But something had stopped her, some part of her that couldn't forget the rock and the windshield and the cars that slammed into her, the sounds that she still heard sometimes at night, still made when the nightmares came too close, got too real. She could not forget that, would not excuse what had happened to her, what was still happening to her. And then last Sunday, her mother had convinced her to go to church with her and Jack, the first time she'd attended since Ellen's funeral. She'd sat there, bored as usual, seeking a distraction to get her mind off the hard pew that cut off the circulation in her legs and made the left one throb. Her eyes were drawn to the stained glass windows, drawn to the thousands of fragments, the shards of color that combined to form scenes and symbols and words. And it was at that moment that she heard the words of the minister as he preached about forgiveness from the book of John. And when the scribes and the Pharisees dragged the adulterer to the temple to be punished, Jesus said, "Let the person who is without sin cast the first stone." Lisa picked up the clipping again, looked at the black and white photo and those four penciled words one more time.